right, so good morning, everybody. My name's Brother Mark. We're here for the meditation portion of today's service. So I'm going to invite us to just become mindful of our breathing. We'll take an easy inhale in. We breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. And on our exhale, we release that breath for 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 times as long as our inhale. Once again, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Just release and exhale everything and anything that does not match all that is divine, sacred, and holy. Just let that go. We return to our normal breathing pattern, reminded that all that is divine and all that is sacred and all that is holy is always aligned within us. It is the truth of our being and our beingness. And we just consecrate this time of stillness to the remembering of the I am that I am. Always spiritually aligned, always perfectly sourced, maintained, and sustained for every one of our needs to be met on time every single time. And so I invite you to sink into the stillness of this idea, this remembering. You can think of it as a spiritual umbilical cord, and allow for the source energy to fuel you, to restore, refresh, make new, reinvigorate, inspire, heal, propel, and unconditionally love. So this portal for your good, just allow it, if you will, to support you even more fully than at any other point in time. You can see it in your mind's eye grow and thicken and widen by your willingness to expand the portal of your receptivity for your good, what's most needed by your soul in this very moment in time shall never be withheld from you, and always awaits your willingness to receive it. Let's spend this time receiving it together with an open, joyful, grateful, loving heart. inviting you to remain open to receive your highest and best good right here and right now. Allow for all healings to reach you by your willingness to receive. There's time to sink even deeper into the stillness, into the center of the I am that I am. Connected to the umbilical cord of your source energy, divine alignment, for all needs to be met on time every single time. All healings, restoration, present by source energy for your willingness to receive. If you're willing to receive, just remain open, receptive. Allow for the good to flow through you now. And always. If the image is comfortable to you of a sponge, think of yourself as a sponge being willing to receive and soak up all of your spiritual good. Known and unknown for your highest and best good. If it's comfortable, soak it all up, all your good, everything needed, right here and right now for your soul's perfect evolution. Together we soak it up. Allow for this divine good to wash over you, every organ, action, function, cell, fiber, atom of your being. In divine harmony. The blessings are so many and they are yours and you ought to have them. Just remind yourself, all blessings that are mine, I ought to have now. All blessings that are mine, I ought to have now. All blessings that are mine, I am willing to receive right now. So allow for anything and everything that no longer serves you for your highest and best good to just slip away with ease, with grace. Inviting you to just take 3 exhales out, one at a time. Asking you to release and surrender anything that no longer serves through the soles of your feet. Just wipe them against Gaia, Mother Earth, 3 times, just letting all of it go. Anything, any remnants that no longer serve you for your highest and best good. To be restored, refreshed, recycled, made into something useful. Blessing and releasing, blessing and releasing, blessing and releasing. With this next breath, we just have our hearts filled with gratitude. Gratitude for this time of remembering the sacredness of the I am that I am. Grateful for this time of fellowship and community. And with the exhale, we release even more gratitude into the sanctuary space, to the ethers of our center, so that all who come through the double doors receive their individualized blessing by our group willingness to raise the consciousness so high that miracles are ordinary. So grateful to each of you. I am. This concludes the meditation portion of today's service. Namaste. Oh yeah, that. And when you're ready, just allow the outer eyelids to gently open. Oh yeah, that. Just gently and easily. Thank you all. Love you. Oh yeah, that. That was a good one. Welcome. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love. Look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. Yeah, we come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, creed and color, kinship we unite in honor of the God in each other. Now look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together,
of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, hey, hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. Now see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet, said Maria. Everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, hey, hey. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. So I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes, I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I said, my soul is welcome here. I know my soul is welcome, and my soul is welcome here. Yeah, my soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you.
Here's Ann.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to our Spiritual Center in Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us live in our beautiful sanctuary, and for those who follow us on Facebook Live and watch remotely on YouTube. My name is Ann, and it is truly an honor and privilege to welcome you to our Sunday service celebration. We are a New Thought spiritual community and an all-inclusive to all the spiritual truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths. We focus on the philosophy of science of mind, which was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, who developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. We honor all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. If you are with us for the first time, please raise your hand and allow us to properly greet you. I know all of these faces, so we're good. We are delighted to have all of you with us today. A gentle reminder to please silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you can participate more fully in the service. Thank you. Welcome.
Thanks, Ann. So this is our chance to get centered here. This is an old poem from 1906, and I chose to set it to some music that's even older, from 1899. I would be true, for there are those who trust me. I would be pure, for there are those who care. I would be strong, for there is much to suffer. I would be brave, for there is much to dare. I would be strong, for there is much to suffer. I would be brave, for there is much to dare. I would be friend of all the foe, the friendless. I would be giving and forget the gift. I would be humble, for I know my weakness. I would look up and love and laugh and lift. I would be humble, for I know my weakness. I would look up and love and laugh and lift.
And so I invite us to turn within, however that's comfortable for you. Let's just breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. We breathe that in together. And with our exhale, we release and surrender anything and everything that does not match all that is divine, all that is sacred, and all that is holy. Just let it go with your breathing. Once again, we breathe in the divine, sacred, and holy breath. Breathe that in. Let it sustain, fulfill, and maintain you. And with our exhale, we release anything and everything that does not match all that is divine, sacred, and holy. Just let it go. Anything that no longer serves you for your highest and best good has no more use. And we release it fully. back to the universe to make and refresh and restore and recycle into something purposeful for another use. We bless and release it now. And as we breathe in, we're reminded that our purpose still remains, for we are here on earth to express the divine, to be in even more spiritual alignment than at any other point in time, open and receptive to receive all blessings for our highest and best good right here, right now, including divine health and perfect wholeness, harmony in our family relationships, harmony in our work, harmony in our spiritual community, harmony in the world, harmony in all world affairs. And so as we do each week, we pray about peace, to have peace have the final word on the planet. And it always must start within ourselves. So let us remind ourselves of our names. Just say your name in the space, Brother Mark. Say the names of those you hold in your hearts for prayer this day. Let the universe hear you. Paula, Bonnie, Jimmy, Grace. Know that Spirit knows to make a way where I and the human, or you and the human, may not see a way. I know that Spirit can make a way, that miracles are ordinary, and I'm calling them forth right here and right now. For the divine blessings to pour forth so freely and so fully that we are in awe, that we just remain in awe and receptivity for our highest and best good in every single category for our life. And this includes peace that starts within ourselves. See it in our family units. See it in our spirits and tribal units, the families we've created who love us unconditionally and love us anyway. See the peace throughout our city. Let's see peace now within our state. And the peace permeates now throughout the entire United States. And now the peace is going across the oceans to all places in struggle and strife. Seeing humanitarian aid reach those most in need. There are many, for basics of food and water, shelter, sanitation. We see divine right housing for all those in need. See peace that passes human understanding in every city, village, and town in Ukraine, from north to south, east to west. See world leaders' minds change toward peace with no explanation required. Why not? It's the highest frequency and the highest idea. And I'm calling forth for all of us to align in this frequency that's so big and so bold that it takes over and encompasses all lower frequencies and vibrations into itself. Peace with the capital P. Calling it forth to be made manifest on earth right here and right now. Seeing it in the Gaza Strip and Palestine. Seeing it in the Middle East and Israel, everywhere. Sudan, Armenia. All the places named and unnamed, Spirit knows. So we stand on this rock of truth about and for peace, and shall not be moved nor swayed from this place until peace is made manifest everywhere. See it in the entirety of the galaxies as well. And so I bless this service. I call it good and very good. I'm going to call it for a holy moment. I'm going to call it a holy roller moment, so that anybody who's here within the sound of my voice can walk out with a little bit of a shift in perception that's going to cause incredible demonstrations for goodness, grace, mercy, joy, love, peace, and unconditional love as you walk out of the sanctuary. So I'm asking for each person to have a field of receptivity, like a garden. As Rosemary was working in our meditation garden this morning, it's a garden for our good. So we are the garden's keepers. So my word is spoken now to the law of the universe, knowing it is fulfilled. The universe always says, yes, 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 you are my beloved in who I am well pleased. And that is how Spirit sees each of us. Perfect, whole, complete. Nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. This is what I know to be true, and so I proclaim it and invite you to say together with me, and so it is. Ashe and amen. And now we have our Board of Trustees member, Ann Spear, for our reading. It's an original poem.
Good morning again. So Brother Mark asked me to do the reading today and told me the topic, spiritual alignment. So I wrote a little fun poem for the reading today. I hope you all enjoy it. ALIGN. But where should we begin? I know we'll start within. Just take a deep breath with me, and every exhale will sink into more of who we can be. You know, alignment, it's for you. It's a divine connection to your crew, because, baby, these muggles just won't do. They'll try to make you small, preaching fear and Satan's fall, but that's not your truth at all. You were not born to live in fear. Your ancestors line up and cheer for your moment in time right here. Spiritual alignment is the main assignment. Whose assignment? For your soul's enlightenment. When we align to the one within, then all of humanity can win, not just the man holding the pen. Our awakening is in our timing, to decide with what we're aligning. The divine within is worth finding. Alignment is spirit unfolding down, its ultimate peace worn like a crown, making its way through every village and town. So Anne, what can we do? Don't worry, you know I've got you. Just love yourself louder and celebrate too. True alignment is in your feels, because the emotion you lean into becomes real. That's kind of a big deal. ALIGN. Oh yes, here she goes again. Why? Because it's humans' time to win. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. So I chose it's actually two songs by Rodgers and Hammerstein that have absolutely nothing to do with spiritual alignment. But I just like them. Two of my favorites here. But I thought they needed a little perking up. They were kind of dramatic, you know, when you saw them in the movies, from two different movies. And so I gave it a little Bob Marley treatment here. Whoops, wrong key. Okay. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. And don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on in the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. I should mention right here, I put this arrangement together during COVID, the first year of COVID, and there are a lot of children walking around with masks on. So when you hear the line, Let me hear the muzzled children sing. Oh, say, see me smiling on another day. That's for all the kids that were wearing masks at the time. Walk on, whistling a happy song through the wind. Walk on, splashing through the puddles in the rain. Though your dreams be tossed and blown, walk on, let me hear the muzzled children say. Walk on, see me smiling on another day. With hope, all our troubles gonna go away. In your heart, keep a song in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. So climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow every rainbow till you find your dream. Climb every mountain, ford every stream, follow, you got to follow every rainbow till you find your dream. Got to follow every dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, our music director, Gilman Carver.
Thanks.
So good morning, everybody. My name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at Practitioner Emeritus, meaning 20 or more years of service in Science of Mind centers. So it's a pleasure to have you. And so today's topic, do you know it? Spiritual alignment. I'm really excited about the topic. And we're going to do a word association. I'm going to say spiritual alignment. You're going to say a word if it comes to you. I'll repeat it in the microphone so people can hear it. Spiritual alignment. Unification. Spiritual alignment. Connection. Spiritual alignment. Did you say me? Healing. Very good. Spiritual alignment. Profound learning. Spiritual alignment. Frequency. Spiritual alignment. Connection. Spiritual alignment. Wisdom. Spiritual alignment. Did you say infiniteness? Synchronicity. Spiritual alignment. Remembering all is one. Spiritual alignment. Peace. Spiritual alignment. Acceptance. Spiritual alignment. No separation. Spiritual alignment. Forgiveness. Spiritual alignment. Love. Spiritual alignment. Coincidence? Interesting. Right, we'll come back to that. We'll call it a divincidence. Spiritual alignment. Receiving love. Spiritual alignment. True nature. Spiritual alignment. Grounding? Grounding. Beautiful. As I was going lower. Spiritual alignment. Going higher. Receiving. Beautiful. Spiritual alignment. Energy. Spiritual alignment. Knowing. Is that a capital K? Spiritual alignment. Wanting. Spiritual alignment. Rejuvenating wisdom. Spiritual alignment. One at a time. Spiritual alignment. Non-attachment. Spiritual alignment. No conditions. Spiritual alignment. Om. Okay. Spiritual alignment. Peace. Yes. Spiritual alignment. Abundance. Spiritual alignment. Acceptance. Spiritual alignment. Acceptance. Unconditionally loved. Spiritual alignment. All access paths to the good. Excellent. Spiritual alignment. Divine flow. Spiritual alignment. The knower that knows. That's you. Spiritual alignment.
Accepting and knowing and genuinely knowing and not taking it
Oh, very good. Genuinely knowing. Very good. Spiritual alignment. Passion. Very good. Spiritual alignment. Giving back love. So reciprocity. Spiritual alignment, reciprocity. Spiritual alignment. In the zone. What zone? The end zone. The end zone of your good. It's a divine touchdown. Spiritual alignment. Shared manifestation. Spiritual alignment. Epiphanies. The aha moments. Spiritual alignment. Being able to laugh again. And what's the second part? The laughter from your heart. So the genuineness of the soul. The genuineness of the soul. Beautiful. Spiritual alignment. Dancing. Very good. Spiritual gifts. Spiritual alignment. That can be poetry. It can be book writing, right? It can be the poem that Ann did today. It can be the music that Gilman played today. He chose what he wanted to represent for the day in his own way. That's a gift. That's in a spiritual alignment. So we don't often do this in these spaces, and we're going to do it with Iris. I'm going to do an Om. We'll do 3 Oms or 4. And we just started. If you're not comfortable with it, it's a pretty powerful symbol. And it doesn't have to sound so good. It doesn't have to be in tune. One set. And then at the end of it, we'll let it be the end of it. Okay, before we get started.
I just want to know what is an Om and why am I doing it?
Okay, good. That's a good one. So, Iris, what's an Om and why are we doing it? Do you want to answer in the microphone? It's an ancient call.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an ancient call. It's the vibration symbolizing the starting of existence.
Yes, ma'am.
From nothingness to existence, starting with a vibration. And we use the Om as the primordial sound.
Yes, let's give it a try. And it's in many ancient religions, right? It's a grounding. It's a frequency. It's calling forth the spiritual alignment that was spoken about in all these definitions. So here we go. Let's take a divine, sacred, and holy breath in. And on the exhale out, I'm going to say, The ushers are coming forth. That was it.
In Ayurvedic, the chakras, the sound of Om correlates to the third eye. It's the vibration
Yes.
of the third eye.
Thank you,
So
Rosemary.
when you Om, you resonate there.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels so awesome.
Didn't it feel amazing to everybody? Yeah, we'll do it again another time, and maybe even before the end, maybe we'll close the service with it again. So yes, really quickly, and then I'm going to go to the talk and go ahead.
Om is the sound the universe made when it was born.
Excellent. So Ellen's saying Om is the sound the universe made when it was born. That's beautiful. There are also other teachings that have other words that they use as a singular word that calls forth that same frequency and vibration. So we respect and honor all. We're not saying one has to be the way. But I think you felt the power, did you not? If you couldn't feel the power, man, you were blowing me out. I could feel you. So wasn't it beautiful to leave that Om in the sanctuary space? Because it's a resonance, it's a frequency, it's all the things that we were talking about today for spiritual alignment, that people, when they come through the double doors, will feel. That they can receive a healing, a blessing, an inspiration, a divine insight, the aha moment, and every single word with this word association, they can feel that unconditional love. They can feel that peace. And it's a remembering, it's an ancient remembering for yourselves to know that you are divine. Just say with me if you believe that I am divine. I am a sacred. I am holy. I am unconditionally loved. Yeah. Doesn't that feel right? And it's a being, it's an allowing. Yeah. It's not something that's outside of you. So I think it's important that we clarify. Within spiritual alignment, it's already all happening. It's like in the painting that's behind me, that's Iris, that's your work, right? Is that your work, the painting that's behind me? Yes. So I've spoken about this many times, and it's all the good of spirit happening all at once. And our job is to remain in alignment with it. Some of us go to a chiropractor, right? For our body, temple might be out of sorts. And when we come to centers like this, or when we listen to certain music, or read poems, or write poems, we are spiritually aligning. And it must have an outlet. You are the outlet for spirit. So you can, if you affirm that, just let's say it. I am a spiritual outlet for good. Of course you are. Of course you are. And that makes that the reciprocity. It makes the givingness when we give it, if it's genuine. Oh, isn't that amazing? And this spontaneity to be able to speak with one another instead of just be spoken at. I like it. I like it because we're all participating. We're in a frequency of good and spiritual community. We don't always have to agree. And whatever I'm saying, if you don't agree with it, I never want you to say an affirmation that you don't agree with. I really don't. It's very important in affirmations that they're unconditionally loving, they're in the present moment, they have no pretext, there's nothing to wait for, and you're declaring it right here and right now. Use the microphone if you would, it's right there.
I prepare myself. I allow myself to be the channel of divine.
Okay, very good. So you're saying, and I want to make sure I repeat it right, you prepare yourself and allow yourself to be a channel for the divine. So we could say that as an affirmation if you're with it. I prepare myself. Let's do it again. I spiritually prepare myself and allow myself. What's the second part? To be a divine channel. I spiritually prepare myself and allow myself to be a divine channel. Oh, oh, right? It's right. That's right. Doesn't that feel right? Okay, so what does Alexa say? Our artificial intelligence. What does it say about spiritual alignment? Oh, it has something to say. It's a state of harmony and unity. Isn't that nice? And it's including all aspects of a person. You attach your actions and values and align your beliefs. And it's with universal beliefs, and you achieve an inner state of harmony in the inner and outer world. So I loved it because it had to do with our beliefs, our values, and our actions. And it's aligning one's body, mind, and spirit with divine or cosmic energy. So let's see if that feels right. I align myself with divine spirit and cosmic energy for my highest and greatest good. So I think as long as we add that last part, it's always perfection. That's to me spiritual alignment. Oh, and there was a last part that just blew me away. It's seeking to connect and to contribute to the greater good with a deep sense of connection and fulfillment. Isn't that amazing? That AI could come up with something like that, and it was a little bit different than all the things that we said. And at the same time, it included everything that we all said.
AI is also angelic intellect.
All right, if you say so. So, from Marilyn Hagar, Finding the Wild Inside, I'm going to read a quote. Today's world urges us to look outward for life's meaning and purpose, but our inner lives are the true source of the deeper knowing that gives life meaning. We can discover the creative place inside us that knows there's more to life than we are currently living. It is the less rational part of ourselves that I call our wild inside. Through playing in the arts, contemplating our nightly dreams, fostering our intuition, and reconnecting to Mother Nature, we can discover our own authentic wild self. Opening to this part of ourselves isn't so much a search as it is a listening, a curiosity, a playfulness, and a learning how to think symbolically, all of which can be cultivated. Most of all, it takes a willingness to lay down our egos and open ourselves to the awe and wonder of the wild universe of which we are a part. That's Marilyn Hagar, Hagar. From Ken Wilber, No Boundary. We are the victims of an epidemic case of mistaken identity with our supreme identity, quietly but surely awaiting discovery. Let's change one of those to an affirmation. Let me see how it sounds and see how you like it. I am open to receive my supreme identity. I am open to receive my supreme divine identity. Okay, so I am open to receive my supreme divine identity now. And welcome, Audrey. We called you forth with ohms. We did ohms. We'll do it again at the end with you, okay? But we called you forth. I believe it. Here she is, Audrey, one of our greatest practitioners for over 40 plus years here in the sanctuary. And our board treasurer. So from Brian Hines, Return to the One. All of us are sculptors, regardless of our ability to wield a chisel and mallet. Each person can choose to create the most beautiful object of art imaginable. His own self, her own self, their own self. Actually, this is not so much a matter of creation as one of discovery and cleansing. Isn't that a beautiful quote? So I want you to just let me go on for a moment about that. Everything we do in this teaching and any teaching is self-discovery. It's all unpeeling the layers, right? We talk about it a lot. It's like an artichoke, and in the middle is the soft heart, right? And on the journey, the ends of the leaves have thorns. It can be a little prickly to get. It's like a rose. Yeah, the rose, the long stem rose, sometimes has these thorns. So now I forgot my point. What was my point? Oh, let me just think if I remember my point. It's Spirit's point. Oh, the cleansing. It must, to have any discovery, we must allow a cleansing. That is why every single time when I do a prayer, every single time when we do the meditation, we allow for all that no longer serves us to slip away with ease and grace, to be exhaled out through us, to go through the soles of our feet to Gaia, Mother Earth, to be recycled, refreshed, restored, repurposed into something useful for the universe. We have to have a cleansing. It's required because we're full. We're full. And also, a lot of times we think we know what is best for us. And I'm going to say this. If in all prayer you can add this or something greater, just say it, this or something greater. Yeah, because I want you to stay open to receive what is yours. I want you to receive all the good that is yours. It's yours. You ought to have it. And that's an old spiritual science of mind quote from years ago. It's your good, you ought to have it. And you must proclaim it. So part of it is with this cleansing. The release of all the toxins, of all the things that were put on you, right? The not good enoughness, the fear, the doubt, the worry, the sense of dread, the sense of lack or limitation, all the humanness. If we listen to any of the news for long enough, we can go, wow, all of that is happening as well as my spiritual alignment. It's all included in it. And the cleansing is so important because you know how many times I've said up here, if you could just walk out of this building with just 1%, 2%, 15% more open to receive your greatest and highest good, then spirit, the divine, this source energy, the Om energy, can have its way to mold, sculpt, and inspire and live through you because you've allowed it. A lot of us are already walking around at 110%, or we're full, or we think we know every single thing. We're not open to receive the healing. We're not open to receive a miracle. And I'm asking for all of us within the sound of my voice to be more open, be more pliable, be more willing and receptors to our good. This is, to me, spiritual alignment. And I'm going to say, Gilman, I think your song was a lot about spiritual alignment, because a lot of times we have to walk through the storm. And that's how we build faith, because in the middle of the storm, we can't see the rainbow. In the middle of the storm, we can't see, unless we're in the eye of the storm, which is calm. We can't see it in the swirl. We cannot see what the good could look like and feel like when we're in the middle of a crisis. Does that make sense? The other day going to work, I had a tire just blow out. Just something hit it on the freeway. And that was one of the first times I prayed out loud. I don't want anybody to have that. And I went a little further than I should have to get to my destination, which there was a tire place. And I was going to be there. And I was like, okay. And I didn't know if I was going to make it. I just kept chanting out loud, you should not be driving, but I'm driving and I'm blessing myself in the car to get there. So sometimes we look like this. At the end, right? At the end of a week, at the end of, right? It's our halo, our crown is not straight, right? And sometimes we look a little disheveled, right? But it still works. It still works. All the points still are receptors. This is important. All the points are still receptors, even if they're like this.
And you're trusting that the crown won't tip over.
Yes. Yes. Does that make sense? All the receptors can still receive, and when we're in spiritual alignment, it can go a little faster. But in spirit, there's no time. So the divine will have the final word as to when, right, on the calendar. Just stay open. I think that's a lot. Did you receive the idea of spiritual alignment? All right, let's see. There's some more quotes, because there were so many good quotes on this. From Abraham Maslow, remember that?
Yes.
There we go. Life is a process of choices, one after another. At each point, there's a progression choice, and there's a progression choice and a regression choice. There may be a movement toward defense, toward safety, toward being afraid. But on the other side, there is the growth choice. To make the growth choice is to move towards self-actualization. And to me, that's what I believe this spiritual journey is all about. It's that self-actualization. It's the realization. And it's the idea that you were speaking about earlier, that it's not a wanting, it's a knowing. It's an openness to receive. And then there's never another word of wanting. It's a word of receiving. It's not a wanting means we don't have it, and a receiving means it already is, just like the artwork that Iris painted. All the good is already happening. You'll hear the words allness or isness a lot in spiritual centers. All the good is already happening. Infinite flow of divine health and wholeness, abundance, positivity, joy, grace, good, right? It's always happening. And it's for us to just align with it and allow it. And sometimes we have to, one of our prior spiritual ministers would always say, you have to get your bloated nothingness out of the way. Thank you, Reverend Irma. She would say, we have to sometimes get our bloated nothingness out of the way and allow for the miracle, allow for the healing, allow for the divinity, allow for the wisdom. It wants to impress itself on us. And so this idea of walking through the storm is part of spiritual alignment, because it will happen in the humanness, right? We have illnesses that we have to recover from. If we recover from them, that means that we still have a life purpose. We have something to offer and to give. And we should celebrate life. We should sing to the mountaintops. We should enjoy every single moment, because we are not promised anything else, right? It could have been far worse what happened to me in the car, right? It was just a tire. And it could have been way worse. And it wasn't. So I was grateful for that. And if we can find something to be grateful about, even in the moment of a crisis, and shift our attention and open, and we don't have to do anything. Sometimes we just have to breathe. And sometimes we just have to allow ourselves to heal, however that looks. And sometimes it means setting boundaries or borders around what our willingness to, be with either certain people or in certain conversations or responding in certain texts or emails. We don't have to do that right now. We can just say, we are not the generation that sleeps with our phone. Well, a lot of people take offense if we don't text them back in 10 seconds. But I want us to know that we can set boundaries around ourselves. And sometimes if we're triggered in something, it's not the wisest thing to go right back into commenting back and forth on something. If we want to get spiritually aligned, sometimes we have to literally take a break, walk out of the office, walk out of where we are, see nature. This morning when we were doing meditation, I know it wasn't on the tape. Did you hear all the birds? Did everybody hear birds chirping when we were doing our meditation? I did. And I almost brought them into the meditation because they're spiritually aligned. So they don't have to think about it. And in the middle of all the traffic and the cars and the noise, I heard birds chirping. And the more we can be spiritually aligned, the more we can hear birds chirping. So a couple of other quotes from Iyanla Van Sant. One day my soul just opened up. Life infused us with the power to conceive, express, and enjoy the fruits of our creative power. We create through thought, word, and deed. We are each here to reveal the creative ideal of the divine. Isn't that beautiful? Let's say it as an affirmation, the last part. We are each here. I am here to reveal the creative ideal of the divine. Beautiful. From Wayne Dyer, surround yourself with doers. Be around people who demonstrate their boldness. From Alex Harrow, The 10,000 Doors of January. I hope you will run through every open door and tell stories when you return. Isn't that so sweet? I love that one. From Holmes, Living the Science of Mind, page 425. When we fail to live in accord with the divine, we bring suffering on ourselves. I'm going to repeat that. I wrote down mic drop. When we fail to live in accord with the divine, we bring suffering on ourselves. From Dennis Merritt Jones, The Art of Being. The universe doesn't hear words, it senses our feelings and the intention behind the words and says yes to our intentions. Therefore, if our intentions are dishonorable or simply cloudy and confused, it has to show up in the body of our relationships. To be impeccable in our word is to bring our spoken word and our unspoken intention into alignment so that the inner thought and the outer action are the same. From Christian Sorensen, he's in San Diego. When you live in alignment with your soul, loving who you truly are, you will bring your realization back into oneness with people, the planet, and the universe. You'll live knowing an internal peace and be a loving difference maker on the planet. Isn't that beautiful? So let's say one as an affirmation. I am a loving difference maker on the planet now. Wow. From Ted Decker, The Forgotten Way Meditations. Everything we say, do, and think aligns us with darkness or light, love or grievance. Thus, everything is a spiritual practice. Whether we are aware of it or not, we are constantly, in every moment, aligning with one way of being or another. The choice is ours to make each moment of the day. From M.F. Munzager, it's a linguist and author. When your passions and desires align, you cannot hold them back. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. That's exactly what we're talking about today. It's like a spiritual waterfall. From Deepak Chopra, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. If you have life-centered, present moment awareness, then imaginary obstacles, which are more than 90% of perceived obstacles, disintegrate and disappear. The remaining 5 to 10% of perceived obstacles can be transmuted into opportunities through one pointed intention. From Roger Teal, This Life is Joy. Every one of us is born to make manifest the glory of God. The most powerful way to fulfill this high calling is to discover and empower your soul's sincere desire, and to allow this soulful clarity to provide leadership for your choices, intentions, prayers, and actions. From John O'Donohue, Beauty, the Invisible Embrace. When your mind becomes more acquainted with reverence, the light, grace, and elegance of beauty find you more frequently. When the destination becomes gracious, the journey becomes an adventure of beauty. From Judy Canado, Radical Amazement. We live in a time that calls us, just like the universe, to expand, to fling ourselves out into life with creativity and zest. We are invited to be sparked by the primordial fire from which we came. We are to become flames of love that burn away fear and bring the warmth of compassion to all creation. Isn't that sweet? From Holmes, Creative Living, page 19. In transforming energy into power, we are uniting an invisible essence with an invisible law, which is the way the universe operates. If we identify ourselves with the source, then our word establishes eternal harmony, transforms everything, rearranges everything to our benefit. It is an act of complete surrender of the human to the divine, without the loss of the human, a complete inflowing of the divine into the human. Did you grab it? So there's a quote from Todd Michael, The 12 Conditions of a Miracle, and it's a metaphor. Alignment is analogous to what a sailor does with a sailboat. The currents of the winds and waters surging all around a sailor are constantly changing, very difficult to predict, and totally out of control. But the sailor has experience on their side. They understand the nature of the currents and the wind and the water, and they know precisely how to trim the sails and to adjust the rudder so that the current carries them exactly where they want to go. It may seem as though great currents of your world are wild and turbulent. Sometimes the currents carry you in the right direction, but more often it seems as though you're struggling against them. You feel so helpless, you simply sigh in resignation when things go awry. But part of you knows that there's more. Part of you knows that you were not born as a child of spirit to be a helpless victim, blown out haphazardly by random forces. Part of you knows that you are meant to master the art of sailing, that you were meant to soar gracefully. So I want to say part of that as an affirmation. I am meant to master my divine alignment. I am meant to soar gracefully. Yes. So this is interesting too. A. Helwa from Secrets of Divine Love. It's about an airplane, which is, you can tell, similar, right? An airplane spends 90 to 95% of its time off course due to weather and human error. The only way it reaches its desired destination is through constant course correction. No matter how much we stumble on the path, we can still reach the destination of divine, eternal love, so long as we keep striving to return. From Scott Aubrey, Spiritual Passages. Bridge expansion joints are designed to adjust their length to accommodate the movement of the bridge caused by heavy traffic loads, temperature variations, and shrinkage. The expansion joints relieve stress on the bridge in extreme conditions, helping it prevent damage to the structure. It's a good metaphor for our lives. The expansion joints that can help us relieve stress on our life structure are our spiritual practices: prayer, meditation, gratitude, forgiveness, generosity, laughter, a sense of purpose, and loving relationships. And then I'd like to just go into the closing. There's 3 parts. Romans from Scripture 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. From Ezekiel 36:27 and 28. A new heart I will give you. I will remove from your body the heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit within you. Then you shall live in the land that I gave to your ancestors, and you shall be my people, and I will be your God. From other faith traditions, it's from Black Elk, the Oglala Lakota holy man. In filling a sacred pipe, all space and all things are contracted within a single point, so that the pipe becomes the universe. And since the pipe is the universe, it is also all humans, and all the one who fills a pipe should identify themselves with it. We establish not only the center of the universe, but also our own center. We so expand that the 6 directions of space are brought within ourselves. It is in this expansion that we cease to be a part, a fragment, and become whole or holy. We shatter the illusion of separateness. That's Black Elk. And so we close today with a chant, now that we are all together. From John 1, I was just handed Om. Is in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Thank you. And the ushers are coming forth. It's our conscious time of giving. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, within the sound of my voice. You can click on the Donate Now button. Let us know from where you're watching. And so there's an affirmation. If you agree with it, we'll say it out loud together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world.
Great work in the world.
And it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Thank you for giving, thank you for receiving, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, thank you for believing, thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, bless you for your sharing, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And I invite the congregation now to outstretch our hands toward the offerings received. Know they are sufficient to continue the mission and the purpose in spiritual alignment of CRS Redlands for the next 70 plus years. We've already had 70. Does it feel good? All right, so the offerings come in all week. Together we bless them and say, and so it is. Thank you, ushers, for your time and service. Thank you, Gilman. And also for those who want to contribute but are unable to be here every week, there is a form you can fill out to have your tithe taken automatically. See anybody on the board or Eileen in the office. And now we have our Board of Trustees member, Ann, with the announcements.
Good morning again. Thanks so much, Brother Mark. We love you. Announcements for Sunday, May 19th. Ask David or the lovely Holly to volunteer at the Saturday morning market in downtown Redlands. It's a great event, so if you want to go hang out at our booth, talk with David and Holly. On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., we have a book club via Zoom, and that's also hosted by Holly, so you can meet with her after service day if you want to sign up for the book club. We have a Board of Trustees meeting immediately following service. It starts at 11:45, so all board members, please hang out for our meeting. Tuesday, May 21st, there will be a City Council meeting in Redlands at 6 p.m., and our shelter grant is on the agenda for that meeting. So if we could have our members show up and support, that would be great. Again, that's Tuesday, May 21st, at 6 p.m. at the City Council meeting in Redlands. And then lastly, we're having a potluck and snacks immediately after fellowship, so we'd love for you all to hang out and fellowship after service. Thanks so much for everyone who was present in person and online. Yes, Rick?
Next Saturday and Sunday, they're having an art fair at the Smiley Park.
Rick said next Friday and Saturday they're having, Saturday and Sunday they're having an art fair at Smiley Park for those that are local. Anyway, thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you, everybody. Rise up for the closing song. Thank you, Bill.
I used to think I would always be alone, separate, not separate, and misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation. On the outside, things looked good. Shake 'em. Let me hear those tambourines. Then I discovered the error of my thinking to lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide. Help me out here. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. No separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. A little bit louder. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my, little bit prouder here. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. And I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Wide open. Wide open. Wide open. why